with a primary thought on rotation. Like I said, when you get cold, when it gets wintry, you're wearing all these layers. The body is restricted, you don't turn as much, and then suddenly you start throwing your arms at it. You'll encourage you over the top, the mistiming as well as the mishitting. You lose the ability to create the club head speed even more when you're wearing these layers and it's cold. You're not responding quite as well. So leave the driver in the bag. Obviously a driver requires the largest swing, so if we're restricted and we're cold and we're stiff, we're not going to have that same motion as in the warmer weather with less layers. So consider that. It's so overlooked, people forget. Now, get your strike back by using your shorter irons first, looking back from impact. Start with impact and look backwards. So after warming up correctly, establishing your range of motion for the day, how you feel, and if you're not making a full swing, if you're only getting back to 3/4, you can see this is, if you're only able to make this much of a turn, and when you are warming up, you're in the right angles, okay? You're keeping your shoulders on this correct plane and not being lapsadaisical in your warming up by doing something like this. I am trusting you're doing it correctly, and make sure in the through swing your focus is on turning that left hip. This is key. Rotation suffers in the colder weather, so you've got to put a focus back on that. Narrow the stance a bit if you need to. Now, once you've warmed up properly with a big primary focus on the left hip rotation, if you like hitting balls, great. If you don't hit balls, you don't like it, you don't have time, you just go straight to the first tee, then I suggest give yourself an extra 5 minutes. Get your 9-iron, go down the handle and put your focus on impact dynamics backwards. So you're now standing over the ball, narrow stance, and you're going to imagine where should impact be for that ball turf. Now I talk about this quite often in various forms on my channel with different videos, so go back and look at these ones too if some come to mind. Focus on impact dynamics. Where would you be for that ball turf strike? Then start making little swings, and I'm talking only back to hip level here, down and through, where you're now getting that ball turf strike with a primary thought on rotation. Like I said, when you get cold, when it gets wintry, you're wearing all these layers. The body is restricted, you don't turn as much, and then suddenly you start throwing your arms at it. You'll encourage you over the top, the mistiming as well as the mishitting. So direction's an issue, and striking. We need to put it back into the dog wagging the tail. So this little exercise, just little swings like this, is very similar, a smaller version of the 9-iron drill. It's very similar to the pitching with a spinning wedge video, where you're focusing on the clearing left hip and committing to the strike. Focus being contact and not the end result. So start with little swings and then build up. When it's winter golf and you're a senior golfer, you don't need to take the whole set. Take your odd numbers or take your even numbered irons with you. 3 wood is plenty, and go out with an attitude of you want to commit to the strike as your goal, and try and have 5 committed, well-hit ball turf strikes based on the little swings, so 9-irons, 8-irons, 7-irons. You can see that we can only focus on hybrid length swings anyway. So don't try and force this driver,
to that strike.
And I think a lot of people might be doing that.
Start to
9-iron,
feel the
down the
confidence
handle.
coming.
A focus on where should I be at impact to get the ball turf strike. Get excited about the little striking. Striking will produce the trajectory you want, and then with those two you get the the final one, the third thing, which is direction. So I hope this helps. Anyone else that feels like they want me to focus on something I haven't covered yet, I'll be delighted to make a video. Just put in your comments down below. And if you like it, put a thumbs up and subscribe for more. I look forward to seeing you in the next one.